All right, shalom, 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 shalom. We're the Hebrew Israelites who come in week and week out to prophesy the downfall of Babylon the Great, also known as the United Snakes of America, right? Out of existence, all right? We're looking at the demise of the Edomites, right? And we're oh so close, right? We come in and week out to wake up the 12 tribes of Israel, the people on this side. The Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Seminoles, and the speckled bird to get you to repent, acknowledge your offense, pray for forgiveness, and get back in order. We're in Jacob's trouble. Okay? So the warning is going out. And there's very little time to get into the secret place of the Most High before the destruction is in full force, all right? This devil even knows, right? He even knows that the word is all the way out there now, okay? So you people wake up, right? If you're of the elect, you hear this word, so we can get the hell up out of here. So we face the east. Call halal Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah Bahashim, call Kadash, double honors to the elder apostles, and elder bishops, the great millstone, even the elder that came before them that taught us the truth. Shalom and salutation to all the brothers out pushing the word of truth and in sincerity, the hopeful love tabernacle of David. All right, shalom, shalom, shalom. All right, so what is the spirit focusing on right now? Giants, Nephilim, right? Stupid. The technocracy and the Seahip. These things are presenting themselves in a way, right? Of course, the wars and all of that, and the flip-flopping and the rumors, and everything is in place, okay? Earthquakes in diverse places, that's an easy one at this point. If you can't see now that this devil is causing these calamities, if you will, earthquakes. If you got an earthquake machine and you can point it where you want it to go, that's diverse places, right? If you're testing nuclear weapons and it causes the Richter scale, it's lucky. If it causes the Richter scale to register, guess what? That's an earthquake in a diverse place. So right there in the middle of Tehran, which is the capital of Persia, Iran, right? If there's a sudden rocking there in that area all the time, right? That could potentially be them testing weapons. So let's just get this, Salaki. Because this is in, all right, usually when things are connected together, it's part of that group. Why is that part of that group? Well, what group? Earthquakes in diverse places, right? That's in a group called Wars and Rumors of War. Earthquakes in diverse places, nation against, all of these things are part of a group, okay? You got to look at it like that in the spirit. Matthew 24 and these are the things that ye shall hear of. Matthew 24 and 6, and ye shall hear of, okay? Wars and rumors of war is one of those things that you should hear of, okay? What else? Okay? Because these are all in a group of things. You got to consider these things were specifically mentioned of what you're going to hear of, and that these are the specific signs to watch out for, right? And here they are. And ye shall hear of what? It's a specific group. Wars and rumors of wars, right? Nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom, famines, these are the signs. Pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. Famines, pestilences, okay? Famines. What is a famine? The definition of a famine is the lack of food, not zero food, but food in shortage, a food shortage, if you will, right? Lack of food. Can that be caused by human beings? Absolutely it can, and it is. famine. Pestilence, the CDC. That's an easy one. Okay, and the point being made is with this group, right? Nation against nation. You take this red uniform, you guys take these red, and you guys take these blue, and you get out there and you're gonna fight for 2 months, then you're gonna call a ceasefire. That's, what we're watching right now. It's man-made, okay? And what are they saying? Many shall come in my name, saying, I have power. I have the power to do things. That I am a God. I have the power to do these things. To do what? To shake the earth, right? To do the things that the Most High does. This fool thinks he's doing it, right? Because he thinks he's the Most High. So that's what this group of things is. It's a group of things that this motherfucker's over here doing. Okay? He's simulating. And these are what? These are the signs that this motherfucker's doing this shit. He got to send his son to stop this fool from doing what he's doing before he fucks everything and took out the seeds. Everybody's getting sick. This is that famine and pestilence and all of this shit these niggas setting up. Okay? How do you make people sick? With the pestilence. But first you got to take the nutrients out of the food. That's the famine. You see, he doing all of this. He's setting up the wars. Right? The wars are causing you to make munitions, and that has something to do with shaking the earth along with the other weapons you made, like an earthquake machine. So this is you doing all of those things, doing what? Acting like you're I have the power to, change the weather, right? To manipulate the ionosphere and make it rain, or to control the jet stream and freeze a motherfucker's ass out in Texas and shut down the grid on his ass. And shutting down the grid, I want to get to that because that's where it's going. As this fool manufactures these things, right, what does it culminate? Culminates in something called Jacob's trouble. It's specifically aimed at you, Jake. It's to root you out. And the Most High is putting the spirit on this devil to do it. Anyway, what I'm going to do, what I'm going to try to do, because my system was jacked up early, but we'll see what it's going to do. I want to play this Dabu, and I'm going to let him cook, because he's basically telling you, right, what to expect. And we all know. It's just when the heathen know, right? And they're telling you too. What does that tell you? Everybody's there now. The word done came out. Everybody knows. It's how you're going to react to what's been said. Either you're going to align yourself with this truth, or you're going to rebel against it. And we're at the time of judgment. Okay? And that's what all of it is. Okay, so I'm trying to find Dabu. Bear with me. And then I'm going to just let him talk. The hell is all that? No later. Make me jump through some. Well, here's Dabu. Okay, so it's 6 minutes. I'm going to let it just play. And it says,
into a world of tranquility as you test out builds and create your perfect
that'll
tone.
work. Okay. It's called When the Grid Dies. Okay, so this is Dabu.
Do you have a plan for when the lights go out? That's the big question right
Just
now.
let it play.
New simulations are showing that most people do not. And that when this happens, it's going to be pretty hellacious here in America. And it's not going to take long per some of these simulations for everything to unravel. And for decades, infrastructure analysts, military planners, emergency preppers have been putting out warnings for this exact event. And
Hold
it
on.
can come in
Make sure I
several
got
different
all.
and for decades, infrastructure analysts, military planners, emergency preppers have been putting out warnings
Warnings.
for this exact event. And it can come in several different ways. The sun could set off a CME, and we could have a Carrington event that would cripple this country. You could have a cyber attack from China or anybody at this point. It could be a staged event to cripple this country and bring it to its knees. You could have an EMP that would fry absolutely everything, and that, in my opinion, would be the worst case situation, because you wouldn't even have cars starting, everyone would be on foot, everything would not just be down, but everything would have to be replaced before it ever came back online. Much different than a cyber attack that kind of knocks us off for a little bit. Regardless, when the grid goes down and the power goes out large scale in this country, I see it as being the end of America, as you know it, so to speak here. Now, in one day, they say this is going to turn bad when the lights go out, and that you should really have a plan. You should not get caught up in the things that we've warned you about for all these years, getting caught up in the fights at the grocery store for certain supplies and this and that. Most people are going to be lacking a thing or two, but it's the large-scale supply that you need to have on hand. Food, water primarily. All the other stuff comes behind that secondary, and when you go weeks into months without having certain supplies, toilet paper, things like that, that stuff's going to run out rather quickly, and then you're going to be like weeks or months just without it, period. And you're going to have to find a way around that. And everything else that's going down, everyone trying to fight each other off. So the new simulations break it down by saying that just on the second day alone, the unraveling of ordinary life becomes clear. That the panic starts to set in big time. And you start to see certain things happen. Fuel distribution networks cease to function almost entirely within the first few days. And by day 3, the panic sets in large scale across the board regardless. Doesn't matter what simulation they run, by day 3, large scale, it hits the fan. Hospital generators begin to fail around this time and run out of gas. You have sanitation systems collapsing, so sewage and everything backing up, and this leads to outbreaks of diseases and everything else.
There's your
all
pest
within
one.
the first week here. You have refugee movements intensifying, and you're going to start to see groups banding together. Some that
He's
had never
describing
thought or
Jacob's
planned
trouble.
for it. They're just going to do it by default. And some of the larger, more ravenous groups are going to start taking over certain areas. They may not go on the move at first because they're going to try to lock down a stronghold. But then you're going to have to go out and scavenge for goods. And this is where people are going to be engaging in massive warfare. The lights are going to be out. Every evening when the sun goes down, it's going to be a darkness that people have never witnessed in this country.
Darkness of Egypt.
And by the time you get to day 6 and 7,
You're going to need a
the
plan.
unraveling is so bad. All the National Food Reserve has been wiped out.
Famine.
Healthcare systems do not function.
Pest
Large urban centers are uninhabitable, all within the first week. Armed territorial groups begin replacing local government authority.
No
And this is
weapon
going to
form.
happen if people don't have a plan.
Plan.
They're going to be in bad shape.
People have a plan.
A lot of this, I feel, is going to happen on the fly because people
need a
did not
plan.
prepare. And tons of people are going to be thrown into this position. So, I see this as happening. I see it happening sooner than later because they need this for the reset. And they want the reset. How they go about doing it, yet to be seen. I would think that a cyber attack would work out best for them at this
Yeah, they're
point.
gonna,
Something I would have a
yeah,
plan
too.
for. We've warned about it in many
continuity.
videos, live streams over the years, and I just want to make sure that people are aware that
that's your warning.
these times that we're in right now,
Is Dabu a prophet?
the next year or two, there's going to be a series of events that you're going to wish you had a plan for.
A plan.
Make sure that you do. We've put out songs on this and everything else.
Songs.
Join me for the live
There's
streams
only one.
where I cover this in greater detail.
The
Monday,
new song.
Wednesday, and Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern here on Dabu 77.
Right.
Until then.
All right, so Dabu. Okay. Yeah, that ain't it. Okay, so the new song. There's only one song, and we've been singing it, and you've been warned. Okay, and we'll get the warning. I want to get the strong tower. Let's get this. I should know that. Strong tower. Strong tower verse. Proverbs 18:10. Let's start there. Okay? Because what is it? It's the name. What's the answer to Jacob's trouble? The name of the Lord. What's the answer to Jacob's trouble? The name of the Lord. Strong Tower, Proverbs 18:10, right? We'll go there, but first let's get the warning, because Dabu just gave you the warning. Is Dabu a prophet? Dabu just gave you the warning. What warning? This warning. Where you got Negroes with purple fringes, they're not giving nobody no warning. Oh no, take the sea in. Right? Dabu's giving the warning. Ezekiel 3:17. Son of man, I've made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Apparently, Dabu is following along and making videos because he's giving the warning where other niggas are making it okay to exact your demise. Oh God, you could take five shots, right? Son of man, I've made thee a watchman to the house of Israel. Therefore, hear the word of my mouth and give them warning from me. Well, Dabu must be a prophet because he's out pushing the word. Now, you said Dabu. See, a nigga will take something like that. Here I am, right? Making a little, comparison and making a little light. But a nigga will take that, right? Because this is what we're dealing with right now. Instead of doing what the hell you're supposed to be doing, which is waking up at 12, Negroes put on a garment to go out and try to become somebody on the internet in what is left of this wicked-ass fucking kingdom. Not knowing that it's over. The time to do that, right, was probably about 15 years ago. In the truth, okay? Playing and all of that. See, playing started with these clowns, gorilla, she-brew, whatever that abomination is. Playing started then, right? And then it progressed to, now we're going to have a strip club. And now you see the fruits of that. That's what playing gets you, all right? If you're coming into this thing and playing right now, you're in the way. We're hastening the day, right? You niggas are playing, trying to be somebody in this wicked-ass world. The brother was breaking down Anton Daniels and how he mesmerized by a Tesla truck. And this is what he has aspired to. You're just you're making the other slaves mad because you did what Massa told you to do, right? So you could be a top slave. It's just crazy, right? Here it is. All you got to do is watch some of these AI videos of us in the kingdom to understand. Wouldn't you want that, right? I wonder what a demon like Antoine Daniels thinks of when he sees us, visions of us, right, in the kingdom. That's meditating terror on these Edomites. That's terror to them. They see us in the kingdom, and them that's meditating terror. Us in the kingdom, what is heavenly to us is terror to them. That's why they're about to call us the terrorists. because we're bringing forth the kingdom. Okay? And therefore, they got to set up a trap. It's called Jacob's trouble. Okay? And we're giving you the warning. Dabu is even giving you the warning. He might be a prophet. Right? And I say that because you other niggas are rolling out the red carpet for Esau. Take the chip and Anton Daniels and the Tesla truck is the best thing that ever happened. Right? It sounds like Nate. Antoine is going to call the Israelites a bunch of crazies on the outside, and then Nate's going to do it from the inside. Get you a Tesla truck. Don't listen to them bug outs, those conspiracy theorists. Right? Guess what? It's June. Nigga, it's June. Ain't no microchip. It's June. Right? It's June. What's today? 28, 29, 30. It's June, nigga. You understand? What does that mean in the spirit? So here's the warning. All right? Turn from your wickedness. There's the warning. Repent. Acknowledge your offense. Pray for forgiveness. Get back in order. Right? Under the head apostles and elders of Great Millstone, to be exact about it. That way you know that you have the best chance of being of the elect, because that's where they're going to wind up. Anybody that's pushing against the sea hip, you're in the wrong camp. Anyway, there's the warning. Okay? Let's get the, and this is what we do. Right? What do I want to do? What did Dabu just do? He just broke it down. What's coming? The name is the only. Let's get the strong tower. Proverbs 18. Here's the way out right here. The only way. Proverbs of what's coming. Well, what's coming? Dabu just told you. Proverbs 18:10, the name. See, people don't understand this. You gotta slow down, right? And understand what's being said right here. Okay? Here's the answer. What's the answer to Jacob's trouble? Whatever Dabu, right, just said is coming. What you gonna do? What's your plan? I'm gonna explain to you the plan. If you're not listening, right? I explained this to a brother last night. I was at work. I've been trying to explain this to this brother at least 10 years. Right? I think he heard me last night. Right? I think he heard me. I'm like, hey, that day he was saying it on the phone. I'm like, you got to get that right. Write a little song with the name. Teach the song to your kids. Right? And have your kids just, I don't know what I'm singing, Dad, but I like it, right? Son, you're saying it wrong. Look at yeah, right? And not, that's a teaching technique, if you will. Right? You put things in a song. How do you remember something? Right? You write a little song about it, right? You done said it so many times, you've perfected it, right? Teach the song. You want to learn something, teach it. Teach the song to, hey, let's make a game out of it for the children, right? I remember I had a younger brother. I was 5 years older than him, and I used to trick him into singing two-part harmony with me. I'd make a game out. What we'd do is we'd whistle. And we would try to whistle a tune and I would whistle the harmony. And what we would do, we tried to make it all the way through the song without busting up laughing, because it's real hard to whistle while you're laughing. So we made a game out of it. He didn't know that at the time what I was doing was training him in harmony. So he would take the root and stay there. You gotta stay there while I trace you out, this thing or whatever. But it's just a teaching technique, and before you know it, it's a good way to learn. See, because some people aren't, First of all, the name is everything. We're talking about in words that an idiot can understand. We're talking about God, stupid. Right? Now, God just means power. We're talking about the only God with any power. Okay? So we're talking about God, which is everything, and the most important thing, period, after that. What is his name? You don't know his name. We're talking about God, and everybody does, and runs around professing that they know God and the way of God, and not one nigga knows it. And if you do know his name, you might be out blaspheming the name and taking it for a thing of not. And it's amazing. It's amazing that nobody, and it's just coming out, right? And to sit back after years and watch people play hot potato with the name, right? In the spirit, you're like, this, the Most High must be real. Look at this idiot play with the name. Oh my gosh. This nigga done broke down the name perfectly. And look at what he, and then you see people dancing around the name. I'm like, that has to be the Most High. Who would, in their right mind, would do anything close to that? A nigga that was taught the name, and now he's on cold, bugged out, and it's a fearful thing, right? To even see that in real time, it humbles the shit out of you. Anyway, the name is everything, and then you see the pitfalls. You try to get to the name, motherfucker, you might not make it. That's how important the name is, and people don't know. The name is the answer to everything. Hunger, famine, the name, right? Anything, famine, pestilence, war, it's all going to kill you in Jacob's trouble. What's the answer to everything across the board? The name. And you got niggas out of here who have taught it perfectly, gloating about how they taught it perfectly while they blaspheme the name and further try to get you to rebel. It's crazy, and all of the craziness of it proves the power and majesty of Yahweh Bashem Yahshua. So somebody has to play that role. These people are playing it perfectly. You can't help but be in awe. So, well, there it is. It said this is going to happen. There it is. Proverbs 18:10. The name of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahshua is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and is safe. If you can't understand that, we slow down and say it one more time for you idiots, okay? Most High's got one name. It's a Hebrew name. It's hidden. It's very, very, very rare. And if you get it, boy, you're in fucking trouble. You're dealing with the power that created the universe. And it's a serious matter beyond anything that you can imagine, because he created anything you can imagine. This is the one thing you got to get straight and focus on, because if you get it right, then everything after that might just flow for you. And nothing else, there's absolutely nothing else that matters. Right? And it should be real easy to grasp this, but it's just not. And it was created in that elusive fashion, if you will. Okay, so if you can understand what it is that you have and be able to cherish or to safeguard, I don't even know what word to use, right? You wake up every day right, with the name of the Lord, and you start praying because you're scared. You're like this, oh, please, I can't lose this, right? So you do, like you start ordering your day. You're making every mistake that, and it's everything is so elusive, right? If you lose the name, motherfucker, you lose. Look at all the losers out here walking around with fringes. Yahuwah. Wow. How hard is it to understand, the rules of there's rules. How can the scriptures say there's only one name, right? And then a motherfucker got a myriad of names. You should be able to extrapolate, narrow the shit down. What did I use? I used the elder Kazakh made the video where he goes to the Los Lunas Stone. I used that video, right? I got it on deck. When somebody is about to graduate and it's time for them to get locked in on the name because they're ready, I might airdrop that video to them, right? Because if you don't get it after that, because when you see that video, that thing is powerful. That's a powerful video. You got Esau in there breaking it down, and right, they got the music, and it's all majestic and beautiful. Somebody sees that. That video is old as hell, but it was created, right, for this purpose, right? And somebody's a little skeptical, but they're coming in. You see that Los Lunas Stone video? You're like this, and well, there's the name right there in the stones. You're like this, wait. Okay, so what? They've been hiding this. Shouldn't everybody know this? But no, they're hiding. Why are they hiding? Because it only belongs to you, nigger. That makes perfect sense to me. So it's got to be so obscure that nobody knows it. And those that do are paying niggers, right, to put it back, to tamp it back. Oh, we had it. They came out and said, we spent millions of dollars to keep this a secret. Which one of you niggas wants millions? Niggas like, Nate was over there. Which one of you niggas wants to get paid to surprise? Nigga. They sent the Rosicrucian, right? And now it's a trend. Jermaine, what's the name? Jermaine Stewart? Jermaine Dupri? Jermaine Jack. I forgot his name. The so-called comforter. The so-called God-sent comforter. Jermaine Grant. I don't know the brother. He passed away. Why? Playing. Look at Al-Azhar, same situation, playing with the name of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah. It's well documented, okay? But you got scoundrels out there doing what? Trying to push the name back down, taking a bag. That's gotta be the name, okay? That has to be the name. The name is the way out, all right? Here it is, you got the devil been telling you the whole time of his magic and his power is magic and witchcraft, which is deception, right? And what does he do? He calls on some name and he gets some power. Shazam! He gets some power and he does his thing, right? By the power of Grayskull or some shit. So lucky. Anyway, yeah, they call on a name and do what? They get power, right? And that's some left-hand magic. Let me read this again. Let me try to bring it together. What did they got to do it? By the power of a nigga can sit there, right, and call on a name. You've been watching this shit. Almighty Isis, right? Remember that shit? They was calling on a name, and they're receiving power, right? They can do it, but you can't do it, right? Esau could fly to the moon in a spaceship, but Most High can't come to the earth in one. Come on now. So they're calling on names and getting power on the left. And it's magic. That ain't no power. Let me read this one more time. Here's the power. Okay. Proverbs 18:10. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and is saved. How do you runneth into it? You call on the name. You calleth upon the name. Shazam. That's how they do. They got their gods, and they got their power. Their power is to deceive you and make you believe that they have power, which they have none, because that power belongs to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. What name are you calling on? You're calling on Jesus. There's only one name with which you can be saved. Stupid. You say Jesus, Yahushai like this. You say Yahweh. Huh? Somebody call me? I got saving to go do. Okay? So the strong tower is where you get put after you're saved. Saved you. Raindrop didn't even hit your ass. You're saved, right? But you where you gotta be. You gotta be in the place so the rain don't hit you, but somebody gotta get you in there. That's the shepherd. You understand? But where's the place? It's under the name stupid. Okay? That's an angel standing right there, resonating with you. And the demons are like, you run up to you, oh, there's one. You run up and see the demon, the angel standing there, guarding. They're like this, oh, can't get to him. He's protected by the name. And that angel's standing right there by him. And people don't understand it's a spiritual war. And if you don't know how to navigate this spiritual battlefield, you're in trouble, man. Okay? The name. All right? I'm telling you, what did I just say? I said, when they say Shazam or they say Almighty Isis, they're using a spiritual power on the left hand. They're playing a spiritual, they're whooping your ass. They're calling on their power. You're like, oh, that's science fiction. Let's go watch Xena Warrior Princess, right? And not understand right? Where power comes from. First of all, power don't come from nowhere unless the Most High gives you some power. Well, he gave Satan, right? What? Deception. It's very strong. Deception been whooping ass for the last few millennia out here. Okay? This devil got you thinking that somehow he done built all this shit and it belongs to him. And this motherfucker, boy, as the truth comes out about what this animal actually is and how he done deceive. See, now, what he's really good at doing is deceiving. All right? So when he tells you who he is, he's doing a number on you that so is the opposite. I built these kingdoms. What that means is I have no ability to build a damn thing. It really belongs to you, and I stole. I built all this shit. You niggers can't do it. What that means, right? From a deceiver, from the most masterful deceiver, he can go on. He's so proud about what he's done, and all of it is the opposite of what he's saying. This is how you read a devil. Everything he's saying is the opposite of that, because he's so good at what? Whenever he opens his mouth, he's lying about what he did, because whatever he's saying that he did, it belongs to you. And his job is to convince you with how good he is at lying that your shit belongs to him. I stole your shit. I could never think on that level. But what I'm real good at is convincing you that I did it. That's all he's got. You can't make nothing. All you do is make me believe that you're responsible for what I did. You ain't created shit. You're a fool. You can fool anybody into anything. You're tomfoolery. The guy with the jester hat. You're the clown. Okay? Now the Most High is punishing us and got us in your position right now. And all you're doing is running around with your chest out. I did this, we was kings and all of this shit. Yep, have your fun. Because eternity is a long time. You got 1,000 years, and then eternity without your ass is a long time. It's called forever. We can't wait. That's why we're hastening the day right now. Hey, anyway, this name is what everybody's afraid of. Because the frequency of power, real power, not witchcraft, not deception, not magic. That's low-level power that can be broken down before your eyes. When a magician comes out, he says, look over there. You're like this. No, nigga, I'm looking straight at you. He's gone. His power's gone. If he could get you to look over there for a second, that nigga seems like he's the Most High. It is such weak power. Meaning this, well, I got you niggers scared to death. Nope. Guess what? When we die, guess what? We get to be with the Most High, right? Well, we all get to be with the Most High when he died. When we die, yep. But guess what? Jacob have I loved. So when we go back to be with the Most High, guess what? Jacob have I loved. Checkmate, devil. What does it mean that Yahweh Shai defeated death? He's not afraid to die. Once you're not afraid to die, guess what? The devil, see, the devil's deception is this. I got you niggers afraid to die. Bring that noose over here so I can put my head in. His power is gone. Go ahead and kill. When you're not afraid of a white supremacist, and you're not afraid of the Klan and the hood and the noose and I'm coming to kill you. Come and kill me, motherfucker. We all gotta die. It's just how you do it. You kill me in a fucked up way, what does that mean? That means I got you. I got you coming up right here. There's a 2 times rule, there's a 10 times. Whatever happens to me is coming back on you 2 times. It's coming back on you 10 times. Guess what? You didn't kill me in a fucked up fashion. I understand the rules. What do we want right now? We want to be hidden in the secret place of the Most High so that we don't have to die anymore. In this body. When everybody else dies because of the war, right, and the bombs, we're not going to die because we're already in our glorified body. Okay? Other 2/3, you gotta die and come back. It's okay. Dying is not bad. You've done it before. Right? You need a good cleansing. You know, you gotta look at it like this. You want to continue on in these jacked up bodies? No. You deserve, right, to be cleansed. Right? Look at it like this. This is the Most High doing this. What? Has the Most High ever done anything that wasn't righteous? You got to think about it like this. If you need to be cleansed because you're a fucking whole abomination, and the result of that is you're going to get a celestial body, that's a great thing. Don't let somebody tell you that it's a bad thing. Yeah, you have to die a horrible death by pain. You deserve that. That's fair. Let's get down to being fair and accountability. You know, that's really what being a man is about. Manhood is coming back. You understand? People got a problem with that. When I said manhood is coming in a very brutal fashion. Smash mouth football is coming back. You understand? You bitches. Smash mouth football is coming back. Okay? You got to be able to play smash mouth football. Okay? Not this touch and flag and I'm pretty in the end zone. Now we're going back to mud, guts, smash mouth. You say the wrong thing, you ain't got no teeth that's coming back. Bitches with no teeth, there's gonna be a line of them over there. Oh, you got the, I want the bitch with no teeth. Dime a dozen, right up. Toothless whore. Can be a nigga out there with a sign. With a, I don't know, man. This is Jeremiah 30. What is this about? And what time are we in? See? We're out here measuring the time diligently, and it's, what does that mean? We're supposed to be telling you what the hell is about to happen. Well, what the hell is about to, well, it has a name, and here it is. This is Jeremiah 30:7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble. And we can't emphasize that enough times, okay? This motherfucking devil, right, understands that what we're saying is true. He's about to go into slavery. This motherfucker's not happy about it at all. Handwriting's on the wall, and with every day and hour that passes, it's becoming more and more real to the point where he's that mouse cornered in you know, he's cornered. He's a little scared rat who's cornered. So what is he gonna do? The only thing he can do. Whose name is on this trouble? Let's go back and see. Jeremiah 30:7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. What does that mean? It means the name given to this time, right, is so special, right? It's a time of turmoil. It's a time of chaos, right? And the Most High created this happening, right? He wanted it to be more spectacular than anything that he's ever created as far as chaos goes on the earth. Really is unfathomable when you try to think of it, right? And it says that those that do make it are barely going to make it because of the things that are seen coming upon the earth. They're going to be exasperated and be like, wow, what the hell, right? That's how bad Jacob's trouble is going to be. Right? Is indescribable because nothing like that has ever happened before. And here we are. It has started. And you got people out here that have absolutely no clue. And they've heard things, they've laughed at it, which means that you're on a hit list, right? But you're about to go through it. Dabu is saying, you better have a plan. There's only one plan. There's only one plan. Plan for what? Jeremiah 30:7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. You're trying to be he. You're trying to be he. How do I become he to be saved out of it? Well, the name. What is the answer to Jacob's trouble? The name. Jacob's trouble. I want to be hidden away in a safe place when that shit's going down. Where is that place? The name. How do I say the name? See, the name's got flaming swords around it. You might not be able to hold the frequency of the name. Right? Those that can't hold it go like, oh shit, I gotta go do something. I gotta create some Chisholm Bop. Remember Chisholm Bop? No. I gotta create some shit so that I can remember. Yah. Everybody knows Yah. Let's see. Yah ha. Haba. Yah ha wa. Yah ha wa. Yah ha wa. Yah ha wa. What were the Indians saying? Yah ha wa. Yah ha wa. How? Everybody said the Indians. They say how, but they say Yahweh. Indians don't say how. No, they say Yahweh. How? I heard that nigga say how. No, he said Yahweh. He said Shema Yasharala Yahweh Haina Yahweh. He's speaking to me. Like it said on the Lost Luna Stone, so you fools better wake up, man. It's Jacob's trouble, you Native American and Seminole Indians. Right? You Tontos out there. Alright, so the name. The name. Okay? In the last moment, in the 11th hour, they're going to be running in. The name is important. Okay? Back to Proverbs 18 and 10. I learned it. It's very important, man. Proverbs 18:10. The name of the Lord is the strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and is safe. The name is going to feed you. The name is going to protect you. No weapon formed. The name is going to feed you. My servants shall eat. My servant. Who is my? The my and my servants shall eat. Yahweh is the my. You got to know who. What God. Right? They know what God, Almighty God, they know who they're praying to and calling on them. What are you doing? Nigga, you don't know who to call on. Neither do you know who you are. And if you do know who you are with fringes on, you're receiving a bag to teach against the name after you done taught it perfectly. Look at the pitfalls around the name. Gotta be the name. Why are you hiding? Shouldn't everybody know the name of God? No, somebody's hiding it. Why? Some nefarious shit. Well, it must be some foul shit that has to do with not everybody making it. Shouldn't everybody just know the name and skip happily into the kingdom? That's not happening. So it must be the other thing. Since everybody don't know it, it's being hidden, right? But I extrapolate why? Because it's only gonna give power to those people. You're calling on Shazam, right? And you can't even really fly. You can only fly with the camera. That's your magic and witchcraft. But this guy just took off and left a fucking hole in the ground. That's real power. See, that's what we're in time. That comes with Jacob's trouble too. See? What do you mean, strong tower? Well, part of that strong tower is the men of the Lord whooping ass and leaving holes in the ground. What about that part too? Right? It goes into the safety of the tower. Well, who's going to keep them? Well, that safe place. Well, where's that? That sounds like pie in the sky. Well, when a nigga's leaving a hole in the ground and flying, that sounds like pie in the sky too, don't it? You better get ready for some pie, bitch. About faith, belief, trust in Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. And you're on the late train. So you 11th hour Israelites better hold on to the name. You better get the name and hold on to it and follow the name wherever it leads you. When you hear a voice behind you, it's the name. Right? The Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit are one. What does that mean? When you hear a voice behind you, it's the name. Okay? Follow the name. Learn the name. Right? Wrap yourself up in the name and be quiet. Be still. Right? Watch the spectacular show. That's all you can do. Really. Right? Work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. Right? Be patient. Endure until the end. And be still. Wait for the word. Right? Wait for the Spirit of the Lord to tell you this is the way. You can't hear the Spirit tell you shit because you ain't being still and being quiet. Right? You're not measuring the time diligently. How can you then hear, oh, it's time to go? You can't hear that. You're arguing with yourself over what the name is or whether to wear a hat. And ridiculous. This late in the game, I can wear my hat. Really? Yeah, you can. You wear your hat right up until the missiles explode. Congratulations. Peter, Second Peter 3, was it 2? Second Peter 3 and 11, seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, burned up. What manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness, looking for and hasting unto the coming of the day of the Most High, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Here's what we should be doing right now. Sealing the elect by giving out the warning, hey, right? Because as soon as the elect are sealed, we're out of here. Then the famines start in earnest. When I say famines, I mean plural. 2 famines got to happen. Famine of the word and of food and water. Right? But both of them have to come to pass. Prophecy. As far as famines go. But got to be watching. Got to be in the know, if you will. Knowing what is about to happen, right? And being able to hear a voice behind you saying, this is the way. You can't hear that voice if you're not being still, being quiet. See, women, be still and know that I am the Lord. Be quiet. Shut the fuck up. How can you, right, hear anything? now's the time, right, to be astute